Are we live? Are we live? That's the question. We are. Man, that took forever and a day to figure out. Apparently, this version of Minecraft needs OBS to run in administrator mode. Happy days. So, this is BiffaTech. It's running on Minecraft Direwolf 21.10. My voice is rather kind of low because I really haven't spoken much today and I got up around an hour ago. So please forgive me as I quickly run to my bed. Where the heck am I? Where's my bed? Let's see. There we go. Boink. The teleport there. Come in here. Lay down. Wow. Okay, so I am a patron of Biffa's. He's one of the hermits in BiffaCraft. And I'm a patron enough that I can actually play on his tech server. I actually also play on his vanilla, but I haven't done that because I got addicted to tech. This is a new version of my base with better quality streaming, because I'm looking at the stream and it looks a heck of a lot better. Before it was all pixelated from everything that I was doing. Hopefully today it looks a lot better. I've got to check out a couple of things here really quick, and we're going to see if something happened like I hope it did. No, it didn't. Alright, so let me just do a quick announce that I'm streaming. Alright, Twitters. If you follow me on Twitter, that's at ExcaliburZone. As you see in my title here, I'm the only one watching, so So let's see here. I'm streaming at Biffa2100's BiffaTech server. Much better quality this go around. So let's tweet that, and hopefully we'll get some people show up, and I'm going to announce it over on Discord as well. Why am I in the welcome? I never went there. Hello? There we go. Alright, I need to figure out a way to announce live streams because I'm going to try to do these more often. Let me get back into my setup here. I can see what's going on. And of course play the game. Back to game. Haha. So this is my base. If you haven't seen it before, let's fly up and give you a nice aerial view. This is only one of like 16 or so maps that I've been working at. Let me go higher so you can see even. Let me turn off clouds. Let's see here. To do video settings. Clouds off. Done. Back to Gami. So here we are. This is the extent of my base. It's actually pretty extensive. I'm going to go ahead and look around and point and everything. And hopefully you guys will be able to see it better. Because I'm looking at the stream as it is now, and it's still a little degraded because I'm not a partner on Twitch, but we can take a look at everything we have here. Over here was my original base. It was made of oak trees, and it went up pretty high, probably about higher than here because I kept stacking oak trees, and we had some jungle trees and stuff like that. Then I had this awesome idea to rebuild a map from an old game called Pool of Radiance, and here it is. This is the Pool of Radiance map, starting part of the city called New Flan, and the layout is pretty much identical. Each square on the D&D map is 10 feet by 10 feet, but what I did is I made each of those squares from the D&D map 5 by 5, and then I put a 1 block border around it. It sort of explodes the thing out a bit, but I think it's a pretty good size. So this is the city. If you've ever played the game, that's the training hall. Is that right? Nope, that's a training hall right there. This right here would be New City Hall. This would be one of the temples. There's another temple over here. I've completely modified some of the buildings and use them for my own purposes. Over here we've got where shops and stuff used to be, and inns and everything. Over there is the dockmaster's place and the boat that you generally come in on. I used the builder to transfer it from over there to here, and I had to completely rebuild the bottom of the boat because the water did not work. It did not want to be transferred along with it, so I should have drained that area first before I moved the ship. Unfortunately, with the Quark mod, there are crap tons of guardians all over the place in the open ocean, and I kept getting zapped and stuff. So that's that. So some of the changes I've made. This is actually a factory now with a front area conference room. I was going to put together a Chisel and Bits conference table, but yeah, I'm not really going to be doing that now. This is a Draconic Evolution 9.88 billion storage system that is full. It's being fed by my big reactor in the basement. I have canola that was my starter, and it actually still produces a lot of energy. We'll look at that in a little bit. And then I have names for all the shops and everything. So why don't we go street level, and we'll take a look at everything over here. We'll start with the outside stuff. So over here we've got some Pam's Harvest traps. So these are ground traps. You put either grain bait, veggie bait, or fruit bait in here. And what will happen is it will slowly collect animal drops, like raw meat and leather and stuff like that. And bones. Excuse me, I need a swig of something, because my throat is kind of newbie today, since I haven't been speaking much. In here you can see the setup. It goes into this golden chest, and then down below, we'll see that in a second because the entrance is right there. These Ender IO just blacklist the different baits so that everything that shows up in these can get pulled out. Pam's Harvest Craft is weird. You can't pump stuff in, but you can pump stuff out. So I've totally automated collection, but I have to manually refill all those. So down here we have an ESD that connects the golden chest to this item interface, which goes out by the item relay to these ender chests, which then gets spit out to different places. This one here, oh, it looks like I've got a potion of healing in there. This is Hobart's mob drop. So I know because it's a 3 black. This right here goes to my food area, and that's a green, black, black, and then this goes to my food place, and that's red, black, black. And if we take a look in my backpack, yep, right here, you can see I've got ender chests for each one. So if I right click on Hobart's, let's see here, where is it? That's not the right one, this is the right one. That's Hobart's. And you'll see stuff are coming in because we've got our mob spawner running. Over in here, this is the only industrial craft stuff I had. My dream was to take this guy here and make a bunch of high voltage solar arrays and convert it to RF, but we don't have that in this version of the game. So instead what it does is it just powers this recycler, which is hooked to a cobblestone generator, makes scrap, which I then convert into scrap boxes. Down here I've got a mechanical user that automatically opens the scrap boxes, a vacuum hopper that puts it into our drawer system, and then I've got the drawer system hooked up to my refined storage system, which allows me to do a whole bunch of stuff with this. Well, there you go, you heard it open. And here we've got just a small fraction of the ender pearls. We'll see more of that when we get over here. But that just gets all these beginner stuff. It doesn't produce axes. I just put that axe in there. But we are full up on wooden pickaxes and stuff like that. I use these beginner items here mainly for Excalibur's First Night outfitters. So we have plenty of shovels and stuff like that to refill when people come on and take stuff. But nobody's been on it a while, so we don't have to worry about that. I'm flying because I've got an angel ring set up, and you can see I've got the bat or demon wing thing, and I've got my backpack on. It's a golden, it's a diamond tier iron backpack. So this is my home. Well, I'll go inside. I'll show you the outside here first. Pretty much I've been trying to improve my skills by using depth and different textures, and also I have these dirt boxes, no, flower boxes. I should have used coarse dirt instead of regular dirt because this grass is gonna like get in there, and I would much prefer it to be all dirt, but it's all grass now. And night comes swiftly here, so let's go inside. So here's our little entrance area. This one goes out front, and I replaced this door, which if you've ever played Pool of Radiance, there's a door there, and this back part is separate from this front part. But that's what happens. I did some changing. Not much else to see. Yes, you saw a nifty sleep cycle here because I've got a sleep charm. This is my Chisel and Bits, like, antique nightstand. The unfortunate thing is I take damage whenever I wake up next to it, so it's over in the corner. I've done a couple of Chisel and Bits things. There's more in Spawn, and there's a lot here. I'll show you the stuff here. This is an immersive engineering wooden post, and I just have light wand. Do I have a light wand on me? Yes, I do. An illumination wand ball on top of it. So in the original game, there was a park, and I've tried to make the park more parkish feel instead of square, roomy feel. So I've got different height flowers, and I've got apple trees and regular trees, and it looks parkish to me. That's good enough. This is a temple. It's a Church of Redstone, and we've got this guy here. He's a red priest. So I can come in and buy resonating redstone crystals and stuff if I need to, if I want to, and I need an empty hand. Let's get rid of that. There we go. You can actually sit because of Draconic Evolution in stairs. And you can attend a sermon if you want to. Oh, praise be the power of redstone. You know, stuff like that. So again, this is just me experimenting with stuff, and I put those up there. And different depths and shapes and all that. These are all Chisel and Bits up at the top because marble does not come in stairs. And yeah, this is a Pam's Harvest Craft well, so if I ever have a bucket I need water. There you go. We'll come to this place later. Let's go in here. This used to be, in Pool of Radiance, a training hall where you could go and learn more about being a fighter or wizard or cleric or thief. And I've sort of kept some of this up. So I can come in here and I can speak to the cleric and buy stuff and everything. Or I can come over here and speak to the librarian and get like stuff dealing with magic-y related stuff. So I've got books laying around, I've got bookshelves. I don't have any books on me, so let's just do this. We'll go ahead and we'll put that down there. I have it mapped to page up, but due to Draconic Evolution, you can actually put multiple things on a block and just pick them back up again. So if you have tables or whatnot, you can put stuff on top of them. Well, this is where I do all my enchanting, all my repairing, and everything like that. Yay! And it's got a blue door. I don't know why, because I want it to be different. This is just a painted glowstone, so let's hop up here. And all this painted glowstone is just made to look like, you know, the lamps that you see in public areas, fluorescent lights and stuff like that. In here is where we've already been, because I don't pay attention. By the way, you'll notice I've got wooden pressure plates on the insides, but not on the outsides. A zombie had gotten in and killed off the previous tenants, so I have since fixed that. This is the in part. First off, we have Exalibur, which is Excalibur's IKEA, and these are all the parts that I've put together with chisel and bits. Did some chain work for somebody and a couple other things. This is a watchtower that I added on, which doesn't exist in the normal game and doesn't really have much function other than to hold power from our windmill up here, which we'll take a look here in a second. There we go. Here's our windmill. Looks wonderful. I love the texture. I love that there. So let's just close this and go back down this way. And then we've got our roof experimenting again. As I say, I'm gonna stop saying that. Over here we have all of our guest rooms, and this is set up so that there was a 2-block place for a bed and a chest and a crafting table and stuff like that. So this is Chisel and Bits walls. They are made the same width as the door. You're not expected to have any privacy here. I did not get any stairs in for the trim or there, but it turns out that looks pretty good. I really like the way that looks. And back here is like a main suite where you have far more space to put stuff. And I was thinking about putting in dressers and everything, but I did not. Upstairs is supposed to be a secondary place with just rooms with beds and a chest, but I never got around to putting that part in. It's pretty easy to do though, so nothing really to write home about. Now out here, this is where we have, I think this is another temple in the game, but I modified it. It's a very flat map, only one story, so I took liberties and put roofs and bridges and stuff like that everywhere. And I forgot to put a door here because this would be like a clergy place to sleep. I really like these lanterns and painted glowstones because you can put it down and a lot of it will just light it up. You don't have to have ugly torches everywhere. So this is nice long windows so you can see people going up and down. It's actually a pretty nice view from here, and definitely from here. I like that. I like the different window shapes and everything. So that's that place. Here we have the dock master. And I've actually got my dialing device and matter transmitter receiver here. That's about it. I was working on getting villagers in all the buildings so that it would come to life and all that. Never got around to it. Hello, Joshua 9085. How are you today? Sorry I did not see your yo. I was concentrating on the tour, and I did not see that somebody had jumped in. Though, it looks like you may have logged off by the time I said hi. This is Woods and Things. Is it Wood and Things? Let's see here. Trees and Things. Trees and Things. I've got all my saplings and different tree types and wood types that I have found. There's a lot more, and I just haven't gotten to them, and all the different doors that I've made. So that's pretty much the basics of that. Over here we have our post office, and I set up a post office on the server and everything. Let's close it all up. There we go. And all these machines are forestry meant to set up stamps and letters and everything. We've got our appetite that we need for making stuff. And we've got our paper and propolis and everything like that. This is honey from Pam's Harvest Craft. So it just built up over time. You can actually use it for certain things, and or dictionary and everything. Over here, this is Excalibur's armory. And in here I've got, starting with my first armor, going all the way up with the stuff I found and used and everything, all the way over to where I do all my repairs. And some of this stuff is actually used at Excalibur's First Night Outfitters. Some of it is not. So I've got my elytra over there that I found in the end and everything else. Over here we have the Engineers Guild, which is from Immersive Engineering. We've got this villager here, the machinist, and we can buy stuff that we need as we need it. We've got some blueprints and books that he's working on, some rail and tools, and using Draconic Evolution, we have been putting these hammers up everywhere. Over here, this is the Netherland Rangers, if I can say that properly. We've got all of the blocks that I used to build this place. There's painted glowstone here for light, crafting station. And then out here, there's my ghast pixel art that has my portal in it. We won't go there right now. I also have anchors throughout, so I can actually look around and get to the different places a lot faster than having to walk. But right now it's a walking tour, and it's not pixelated, you can see it. That's the happy thing. This is Finn's Fresh Fish. It's phonetic spelling. He wasn't good at English. And in here we have all the Pam's Harvest Craft and Minecraft fish that we can get in the game. It's all connected up to my RS system, so I can pull it out and use it for recipes and stuff like that as needed. We have a fishing thing out back, which I'll show you in a little bit. And then we've got my first fishing rods on the server. Here we have Biscuit. This is our breakfast bar where we create all the Pam's Harvest Craft breakfast foods and dishes. Unfortunately, with all the guardians around here, the person who was here just ran away and stopped making sandwiches. It really irritates me that they would be so gutless as to run away from perfectly good, perfectly awesome clientele because of a few fish. Actually, all these stores, except for a few, are empty. Over here, we have Slammin' Sammy's. This is based on Sam Healy from the Dice Tower. He was calling himself Slammin' Sammy for a while, much to the laughter of Tom and Z. So I named the sandwich shop Slammin' Sammy's. And this is where we create like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, hoagies, sub sandwiches, and stuff like that. But there's nobody there to make those, unfortunately. Coming around the corner, we have Excalibur's First Night Outfitters. This is our headquarters. We've got many books on the subject of your first night, and we're writing more. We just haven't gotten them up on the shelves yet, or built the shelves for them. And back here we just have, this is, Kabowski was the very first person to get a free pie. I've had a couple since then. And I'm just checking Discord really quick to see if anybody is interested. Nope, nobody's shown up. So there's that. And I don't see anybody else coming in, so we'll just keep on going. Even with me as the only viewer. Or if there's invisible people, then there are you guys too. Anyway, Kabowski got his free pie. I think it was an apple pie. And we've got some Botania stuff here and some saplings. And then down here we've got tools. This is pretty much the brains of the operation, and it's empty as my brains pretty much are most of the time. So, what book is this? This is things I borrowed. Okay. Oh, okay. I asked for a reliquary to leave a list of what she borrowed, or he. I don't remember. I think it's a she. When I had that going. This right here is a wall to the next store over, as you'll see in a few minutes. This is pies, pies, pies. They sell nothing. They're supposed to sell pies, but they don't sell anything. This is where we get the pies for the free pie request. And this gingered rhubarb tart is from my friend Issa like Lisa. This is Marion's Meat Market. All she does really is make jerky, monster jerky to be exact. And I've got 2 of these, so why don't I just go ahead and replace. Come on, there we go. There we are. So she makes monster jerky, and this is where all the raw meat from our animal traps come. And that's a lot of raw meat for just sitting around doing just about nothing. This place is my favorite place. Okay, excuse me. This is Hobart's Mob Drop Dungeon. And I spent a lot of time in Hobart's. He also makes monster jerky. Except these are from zombies that he's found down in the caves. He has, well, it's a chiseled glass block, but it's a spawner. He has a spawner in his store that is completely devoid and inactive. He has some mushrooms growing. They actually produce light. And he's got some painted glows down here. Anyway, this is where we have all of our drops from our mob farm up there, and anything that we've encountered out in the wild. So we've got zombie flesh. Yeah, we've killed a lot of zombies. We've got heads, even some dragon heads. We've got soul beads, which I had planned on doing a big mob farm on. Out in the ocean, make a big place for mobs to spawn. Like maybe 64 by 64 blocks. I think they spawn in a 16 by 16 radius. Crack a soul bead, and for 5 minutes, mobs will spawn all over the place. The only place they can really spawn is either in caves underneath or on the island that you built. And just set up a killing thing on the island. So this is for everything that we've gathered. Lots of drops of evil and so on and so forth. Next is Frank's Wands and Elixirs. This is where he makes wands and brewing stands. There's no potions. There are some wands here, not a lot though. Then down here is our redstone deal, and it should be collecting these, but it's not. Let me see if that did anything. No? Do I have a lever on me? I can get one. Let's see if I can find a lever or a button. There we go. Grab a button. Let's throw some stuff away. There we go. Let's put a button here and set this to pulse instead of on off. There we go. Huh. It looks like our mechanical users no longer work. So that's kind of janky. And that's been picked up and put back into our RS system. How wonderful is that? Automation. Gotta love it. So mechanical users aren't working, and for that I'm sorry. Over here it's pots and jars planters. You can find lots of terrariums and potted plants and stuff like that here. You can also find bee stuff and more plants and junk. And then we have a villager here who is just the apiarist, and this is how I get a lot of my honeycombs for propolis and stuff. I've got some more up on my old base too, but it's all completely tree huggy and everything, even thatch stairs and podzol for floor. I think these trees actually, no, the trees weren't grown. I actually put them in. I built it. Over here, if you've ever watched a certain show, Timmy's Tool Time should ring bells. So we have all of our tools, our Tinker's Construct stuff. And we have Timmy. And he sells tools and weapons and stuff like that. And then back here we just have our smeltery, which is pretty good. We can fit a lot of stuff in there if we need the smelting. We have something to repair stuff with. Let's repair this guy here since we're right there. Get our cleaver repaired. There we go. We can't repair the iron sword. That's sad. But we can use an anvil to do that. So that's pretty much it. There's nothing else here. These are pretty much all my starter tools and stuff that I found. And Timmy keeps them and makes sure that they are well kept. In here, this is Geraldo's Gems. You know, if you ever want to buy a ring or something like that, you come to Geraldo's. And women love getting jewelry from Geraldo's. Some men do as well. You'd be surprised. Anyway, in here we have all my lapis and diamonds. I think I've got quite a few. Went to a dimension that was pretty much all diamond ore and mined up as much as I could. And then we've got like Inori block, Inori stars, crystals, there we go, and diamantine crystals and emeralds, and I even have some moonstones that I found. So super duper awesome there. I think I have brought you everywhere except over here and here. So let's go in here. It's all about the chests. We can do storage drawers, if I had storage drawer frames. Let's see here, do I have any frames? FRA. No, I do not. So we could actually build some frame drawers that would look like this, just different materials. We've got sky stone chests, we've got storage drawers, we've got diamond, gold, jungle chests. There are no iron chests in here. We've got storage crates, we've got vanilla stuff. Oh, listen to me. And a whole bunch of different things. So this is where I come when I need to buy chests, and I might actually open that up to the public. This here, now we've got our Draconic Evolution storage system. As you can see, we've got close to 100% fillage. It took a while to fill that up, and then I built the big reactor and it filled up faster. But I've chiseled in bits the exterior a bit, and tried to make it look a little bit more like a real world style factory. Yep, that's right. And then right in here, oh, chiseling bits, like a doormat. Here's the receptionist area, and then the hall. We just have some random bits here, and stuff I haven't put back down. I don't even know what's in those anymore. Back here we have our dyes down at the end of the hall. And then in here, this is where all the kitchen stuff happens. This is all chisel and bits. It's not crayfish or anything. We don't have that mod. So I wanted a fridge, and I made some chisel and bits versions of them. The coffee maker does work though, so if I put a mug in here, I could actually make some coffee. Over here we have our ender chest for cooked chicken. Yeah, I got lots of cooked chicken. And then we have, is this Ender IO? No, it's RF Tools. It's RF Tools crafter. You can actually set recipes over here and store them. But I have access to all of my drawers, because it's next to the drawer controller, to make anything that these items can make. I don't think I have, that's salt. I don't know if I have any dough over here, but I could make breads and pies and you name it. As long as I've got the ingredients, I can do it. That's right. Over here, we'll go in here. This used to be my bedroom for a while, but it is actually the headquarters conference room. It's kind of small and it's missing a table, but the main attraction is the chisel and bits walls that make it look like a dining room, so to speak. And we've got these draperies in front of a chisel and bits window. And my first ender sword. We have our music discs and everything here, so if we wanted to do that, we could. And let's turn that down. We're going to put it down to like 5%. There we go. Done. Done. Back to game. Yeah, there we go. That's a lot better. Anyway, every time I collect a disc, I put it up here on these item racks so that I can play music anytime. These here are pressers. Each one I usually put in for a specific thing. So we've got our veggie bait. So where are the beets? Beets. Right here. So let's grab a stack of these guys. We'll throw them in here. These will give us veggie bait. And then another stack here. And we'll throw it in there. So what'll happen is we'll create veggie bait and sugar. That's why I have umpteen bajillion pounds of sugar over here. And then fruit bait. Let's see here. We've got a lot of apples. We can use some apples. Let's make some fruit. So this will actually press, and you can see the progress bar here. And we're going to get apple juice, pink, and we're going to get fruit bait. And then finally, where are my soy beans? Are these? Yep, soybeans. So this, I think, makes our grain bait. We'll find out in a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and boink. Yep, our grain bait. So I actually remembered which made which. So what I generally do is I come and I put in a stack and create a stack of whatever these produce. The juices go up here for use in the soda machine at spawn that I put together. Sorry, finishing up my liquid breakfast. Let me get that out of the way. And oh, I just found out that Lolo128 is following me on Twitch. Thank you very much, Lolo128, if you're still in stream. And yep, Lola1289. Sorry about that. Anyway, back to the tour. Thank you for following. Right through here. Oh, and that's an aggression charm that I put on there. I don't know why. This was supposed to be a redstone transmitter connected to reactor controlled on the reactors. This is an obsidian generator. Let's see here. How much obsidian do I have? Obsidian. Let me take one. See what happens. Nothing. Let me look for obsidian again. And we'll take half a stack. Ah, there we go. So what's happening is I've got an ender chest down there with lava, and it is creating, it's putting it out using the placer, fluid placer, and then the block breaker breaks the obsidian that comes out. A trick I learned from Direwolf, only using different blocks. And I think I keep like 40 or so in there. These are all my metals that I have, so I've got tin and iron, gold, copper, lead, nickel, and aluminium for you Brits and European people. It's aluminum here in the United States. Over here is my ender tool chest, which I keep several ender chests, ender pouches with me, so I can just right click and use tools as necessary. Back here you'll see some of the wiring and lighting and all that. We've got our importer here that you can see it's importing prismarine stuff right now because apparently our Guardian farm is working. We have all of our Ender IO stuff, and we've got this guy here that lets us make our Inori crystals and everything. Let's take this ring off and come down here. This is supposed to be working, and I think All of the mechanical users are broken, but I do have an acceleration wand on me. Let's grow this guy and see what happens. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, it's not accelerating fast enough. So basically, this is supposed to grow, and the mechanical users are supposed to harvest the ender pearls. And it was working for quite some time. An update may have changed that. So let's take a look and see how many ender pearls we have. 3.4 thousand. That's pretty good. That's a good farm. And then we've got ender lilies for replanting if necessary. But we've got our painting machine and slice and splice and sag mills and everything. Over here, these are all the network areas that go around the base and around the dimensions and everything. And then down here we have bulk storage of cobble, netherrack, and so on and so forth, all the way down to here. Over here we have all of our solderers. You people over in the UK might call them solders, but here in the US we call them solderers. One of the cool things I found out is not only can you send in stuff that needs to be soldered, but you can actually put in normal crafting recipes as well. So these aren't being used, all the slots aren't being used for the items that are on top. So what I did is I went ahead and started filling them up with regular patterns. Up here we have, let me hit shift instead of tab. We have patterns for all this stuff, like our stack upgrades and all that for RS storage, refined storage. Down here we have our reactor. Let's see here. How much yellorium do we have? Oh, we've moved on to uranium. Have we? Let's pull that out. There we go. It looks like we're going to have to export or import from here. It shouldn't be doing any output at all there. Anyway, looks like we burned through all of our yellorium, but we can use other things. I'm going to go ahead and turn this guy off because we have a lot of power. And I don't need this running on the server when I'm not here, burning through my resources. Like it really matters, but still. And over here we have more stuff, snow and all that. Went and got 75 stacks of dimensional shards because I am crazy. And it looks like I have given you a tour through the night. So let's just take a quick shortcut outside and we will fly over here and look at the Guardian farm. The Guardian farm is pretty simple. It was an experiment that semi-works. So basically, a lot of Guardians and spiders and stuff. I'm the only one here, so I'm getting a lot of teleporting going on. Whew. Let's get up here, let those guys jump and do their thing. Wow, being the only one on really increases the efficiency of this. So I've got a relocator obelisk that's supposed to bring squid and guardians. They don't work because this attracts mobs by simulating a player hit. And unfortunately, squid and guardians do not come to you when you get hit, but all the other ones do. Anyway, this dimensional transceiver powers it. Then down here, we have diamond spikes to take care of any excess. And for some reason, this never really worked to get things transferred over to here. So there's a lot of stuff that I've got to work on. But it was a good experiment to try, and the stuff despawns pretty quickly. So that's one thing. Oh, I didn't show you these places over here. I showed you the fresh fish place. This right here is my water wheel where I get some extra energy. It doesn't go anywhere. I'm letting you know right now. It just goes into these guys here, and we're all full up. But I wanted to create sort of like a power plant or a mill where we grind up all of our stuff using water power. So let us head up to the door. Oh, we'll go over here first. We've got a couple of places over here. We have solar panels on top of there for grid power. But here we've got ourselves a pirate ship that has been turned into a cargo ship. Like I said, I had to rebuild a lot of it because, well, it had been raided and the builder did not transfer it properly. But down here you'll find that we've got all these crates for shipping out and so on, and that quartermaster's place. So it's doing okay. The hold isn't as full as it used to be, and it hasn't sailed in a while, so we might change that in the future. Over here we have a wall, and you can see the wall pretty much goes all the way around. And in here we have where I had my first power. So we'll go ahead and just jump on top of that lava tower. I could have flown in the top, but yeah. So we have a battery here, and this gives us supplemental power. We supplement with red coal and lava, and it looks like lava is completely gone, so we're going to take a trip to the nether and see why that's happening. But that's pretty much it. I was experimenting over here with like Aztec or North American style building just to make it look like it was a totem kind of building. This I found to be very useful when doing industrial craft. You can just turn and keep the tree tap right-clicking on the spots and get all that. You can just turn and right-click and get all the paper, all the maple syrup, and all the cinnamon. I think those are the only 3 special logs that come with Pam's Harvest Craft. So I set it up and using a moving wand to be able to harvest things quickly there. And we'll get up to the base here in a minute. In the back here I will show you I started work on filling this in because I wanted to have some sort of underground lake, and I stopped after a while because the server just started getting slower and slower in terms of people online to chat with and stuff. So unfortunately it happens that people get bored with modded Minecraft faster. Here's a Pam's Harvest Craft fish trap, a water trap. You put some fish bait in there and it'll attract all the Pam's fish and Minecraft fish. This is an actually additions fishing net, and it automatically outputs anything it catches up into a chest above. So I put an ender chest there and it automatically goes into our system. Now this is like fishing, so you'll have books and leather boots and stuff like that that come in here, potion sticks, what have you. Whatever you can do in vanilla fishing, that actually does as well. And let me get a sip of my taste of beverage, and we will continue the tour. Yes, you heard a psst, because I just opened a bottle of Diet Dew, because that's my drink of choice. Over here, I went with shears and picked up the biomes of plenty berry bushes, and made it look like I was farming them, which I was, because, well, these are really, really tasty. When you're hungry, you have a nice little snack. But unfortunately, that doesn't work here. I'm going to leave the ring off because we're going to go in a place where the ring interrupts what's going on. So, one of the things you may notice is I've got all these gardens all over the place. We've got our windy gardens there, soggy gardens there. What were these? These are shaded gardens. We have frost gardens. We have tropical gardens that somehow spread from sand over to here. And then more windy over here. This is from Pam's Harvestcraft, and once you can pick them up by shift left clicking, like so, and you can plant them back down, and they will spread a lot like grass does. So if you have grass next to dirt, grass spreads on. That's the same concept there, so you automatically get it done. This is where I get a lot of my sticks with my bamboo tree farm. Yay, exciting bamboo trees. I haven't done anything with that yet after I saw Rendog's episode on Foolcraft where he boxed that in and started harvesting all the slimes. That's pretty much what I want to do there. Over here we have all the canola farm with some leftover greenhouse glass up here. This used to be boxed in by these trees, and that has since changed. But pretty much we have an Actual Editions farmer that, gets its power from over here, which is just canola power, and using ESDs and item interfaces. There's the ESD right there, and the item interface. We pulled everything down and around. There used to be a log here, apparently. That's why that looks that way. But we have item lasers that spit everything down. We have some drawers down there, I'll show you. But this right here, we've got worms. We've got regular watered, hydrated farmland. And we've got greenhouse gas. This stuff grows rapidly. So I have no issues getting any canola at all. Over here at the top of the wall, this used to be my initial entrance into the base, and I was going for like an overgrown temple look at one point and started chiseling bitsing these branches in there. Super duper awesome. I wanted to make sure that it looked really nice when people came to visit. Oh, and a chisel and bits rampy kind of thing upstairs. Over here we have all my deaths. And we also have villagers and cows in this pen. We have a way down to the mines, which is pretty expansive. As you can see, if I bring up Journey Map, this is pretty much all that I've mined out by hand. I started using a builder as a quarry and working from there, but all these globes and stuff like that, I did a lot of grinding to get the stuff that I have. There's my Pure Daisy for making Botania stuff. I've since moved that. We'll go down here. This is where I get have my color room where I get blocks with different colors for chisel and bits work. We come down here. This is where I had my Ender Pearl farm, and I got tired of manually harvesting them. That's why they went to the mechanical user farm there. And then we're going to go down. This is my quarry area here. Every cobblestone and plus you see is pretty much a place where I quarried. I did small quarries because I did not want to chew up a lot of energy, and I had the resources I needed, but I just wanted to get a few more. And it goes both ways pretty quickly, pretty far. Over here, this is where I have all my grid power being generated. We have water mills. And it says solar panel. Huh. This is odd. There must be some glitches going on. Anyway, as you can see, I make 912 grid power. And each one does 16. That's the extent of the interest going down this way. At one point I had a lava room and all that stuff down here, but I since moved it. Let's just hop into bed. Wow, it's a little bit farther than I thought it was. Takes a second, bink, and we're back up. Back up here. Let us go over and take a look at what we have. We've got a sweet potato farm going that looks like it's not going. Is it filled up? Oh yeah, it's filled. So we're backed up on sweet potatoes. That's no problem. We've got all the different types of regular seeds for making string and stuff. Poison potatoes, fresh water and canola. Yeah, we have 800 stacks of canola. We have 272 stacks of canola seeds. Is this on? No, it's off. Okay. So these seeds are fed downstairs, and they're also fed over here. This is where all of this stuff goes to get put into our system. We have 512 stacks of canola that gets pressed into oil. As you can see, it's all backed up. And then over here, we'll look downstairs in a second. We've got our automatic melon farm and automatic pumpkin farms using block breakers, auto breakers. We've got a range collector that collects anything from spawning pigmen and stuff up there. We'll look up there in a second. Then they drop down here, hit the cobwebs, and slowly fall into the spikes. And you'll see this happen just there. This is also connected to our RS system, and we've got wireless access here. This automatically repairs some golden armor and stuff like that. And let's just throw some bows. This is an auto crafter that will automatically repair golden swords, will make golden ingots out of golden nuggets, will automatically repair boots to a certain stage and leggings. It'll make blocks of gold out of ingots, blocks of iron out of ingots, and so on. So it does all this stuff and sends it into the system. We get like mob drops here, and then everything else goes into the RS system. Down we go into the depths of RS. So we have seeds here. We're not getting any empowered seeds. Okay, that's refilling. There's an issue with, and I want control Q. There we go. Zap. So what happens is this is based off Direwolf 20 stuff, and I sort of took his idea. Super Circuit Maker controls when this dropper goes and all that, and we take our seed oil and we turn it into crystallized oil here. You may have just seen that happen. The crystallized oil is pumped over using phantom liquid faces and stuff to be put out here. And we have empowered canola, which gets put into here. The empowered canola is then pumped over here, and it's turned into power. The power goes in here. It also goes up and powers our system up there. And right here, it sends out additional power to our area. Over here, we have our Ender IO system that takes our seeds and then sends them over to the different places there. And it splits off, I think, to both areas via round robin. Yeah. So it puts seeds over in here and over in that dropper. And that'll keep going and going. And then we have an exit out here to our wall. That, my friends, is pretty much the extent of the base, except for up here where we have the mob farm. This mob farm, we have a powered spawner for pigmen here for getting our gold, and we have a powered spawner over here for endermen. And when I turn on the enderman one, it just sucks power from here. We have 500,000 RF and a repairer here. So there's an iron shovel that was repaired. Throw in an iron sword. You can see that it's just using RF to completely repair that iron sword. We have this wonderful photovoltaic cell array up here that generates 15.5k RF. And I was going to upgrade it to the next, but I needed Enderman. And to get Enderman, I have to come over here and flip this switch on. And then when you come up here, you're going to see Enderman spawn over here. They should anyway. And it looks lighter than normal. Oh, there we go. And they're going to take damage and start like teleporting all over the place. You can see them. There we go. So if we wanted to keep that up, we could. But it just generally rips through our power to generate that. And that's loud. And you can see him getting damaged, teleporting all over the place. Oh, the humanity. So this is Flan, or at least New Flan. And my plan was to create the entire map system of Pool of Radiance, and that would extend over that way. The same amount of space from these docks over here all the way to this corner here. We would be going like 4 maps that way, 4 maps that way, and something large and castle-like over there. It just ran out of time. So let's head over to the Nether and see if we can't find some stuff to... Well, I'll show you the stuff over there. Let's just jump in. We could go faster, but I'm going to take it this way. So this is my Nether base. It's not very exciting. Down here was the way I got to a death spot, and we can get out pretty quickly by flying out and around. Oh, we've got a ghast. Whoops, here we go. Let's just zip along. Sorry for the pixelization. The Nether is not a fun place to be in. So over somewhere, I think over here, is I've got a pump that is turning loads of the Nether's lava into stone. And I want to get back over here before I fall. Oh, we got some blazes. Hooray, let's get past them. We don't need them. And that's pretty much the extent of my Nether stuff, at least here. So let's get up here. Aha! They thought they could get us. This is my wither skeleton spawning farm, so I could turn that on with a flick of a switch. And you can hear them. They get spawned out, they get hit by the diamond spikes, and then they get smacked in the face with the mob grinder. Pretty quick, pretty simple, pretty efficient. And then using all those, I can grab soul sand. Let's see if I have some here. Yes, there is. It's right here. What? There's a wireless transmitter in range. It's right here. Okay, so it's being borky. Anyway, we create stuff here. Let's see here. Is this power drain? Where's that? It's feeding to there. This isn't powered. That's odd. It could be because I don't have a chunk loaded in the overworld. Anyway, this right here is what I use for killing withers. As you can see, players and items can go through it, but mobs will get damaged. And that's pretty much the extent of up here. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at the end. It is not that... It's cool, but I don't spend a lot of time here. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Let's go on out here. This is another Ender Pearl farm that I put up. And then up at the top, that is an Enderman farm. They just spawn out here and get pushed into wooden spikes and die. And then they go and give you XP and a bunch of other stuff. Super duper interesting, and that's about it. So let's go to spawn, where we have some stuff going on here. Wow. Man, teleporting takes a lot out of you. So welcome to spawn. We've got a TARDIS, and unfortunately it's chisel and bits. We can't open it. This is a Lego set that I put together. It is First Night Lego set number 21 115. Yep. And my son has it, so I took the instructions and used chisel and bits to recreate it. It's not the best representation, but I think it does a good job. And based on that, I created Excalibur's First Night Outfitters. We'll take a look at that. I'm just going to come in here and sleep. You hear the wolf going, that means that it is nighttime. I have the ambient sounds mod, and it actually adds lots of cool things like birds chirping and stuff like that. Anyway, here's the soda machine that I had created. We have in there, we have cherry soda, we've got cola, grape, ginger, and lemon lime, and then here we've got orange, strawberry, root beer, and grapefruit. The exterior is all chisel and bits, as you probably would have guessed, and inside we have, yeah, it's not centered, we have drawers, so storage drawers, and it's a 2x2. I was thinking about finding a way to put in a coin and you get a soda, but that doesn't exist. Maybe using screens we could do that. I don't know. Over here we have a mailbox. This is a forestry mailbox. And I have envelopes and stuff like that in here that you can use. So here's your stamps and your envelopes and all that. Just put the free pie into an envelope and throw some stamps on it, then mail it. I also left a cup of coffee and tea for those who get thirsty. This is pretty much set up for everybody who needs first night help. So we've got a dude here with first night armor. We've got some iron tools. We've got a golden sword because I've got a bajillion and 1,000 of them. We have a drawer full of foodstuffs and Botania stuff so that you can grow 2-high flowers and chop them down and stuff like that. We also have some basic gear and seeds and all that that you'd need on the first night. We have a grindstone from Applied Energistics and a place to cook stuff. So it's generally, and of course, a bed for you to use the first night if you need to. This is the instruction book, and we can open it up if you'd like. It's just a welcome and hope you have a good time kind of deal. Up here we have beginning crops. We've got beetroot, potato, carrots, wheat. We have some tea and some flax plants. And let's get the flax grown to max. Rhyme was unintended. And it is completely controlled by worms. I think I had worms in the starter kit down here. Come on. Let's see here. They should be in this little chest here. And nope, looks like somebody's taken all the worms. Yeah, so it's a very popular item. We have a couple of piggies out here. And over here we have a chest that we need a place to set basics. So that is Excalibur's First Night Outfitters. These right here, these street lamps, that's my Chisel and Bits design. And then I just put an immersive engineering lamp on top. There's an issue that this doesn't light up enough, so those are... We should have some painted glowstone around here somewhere. Or we've got globes down underneath leaves to hide them. Because I did my best to make sure that spawn was free of as many torches and these globes as possible. Down here we've got like free seeds and stuff like that, free ender pearls and nether warts, stuff that you wish you'd had on the first night. That's our nether portal that goes to another wither farm. Over here we have a cafe. I think Farmhouse was putting this together, and I gave an IKEA table and a terrarium to the place, and you can get biscuits and tea. It's a nice little place. Upstairs you have a place to sit. It's all Chisel and Bits, so you can't really sit in there. If we had Mr. Crayfish's furniture mod, that would be a different thing. But I can see that different planks were used, so that gave an appearance of being worn and all that. I went through and I put in all these, all the paths or connected paths that existed and made it a little bit easier to navigate. We have a consignment shop over here for jerky and junk and free armor and XP and everything. We have another mailbox and a bunch of other stuff here. We have some starting like botania plants and wow, I'm gonna have to go over and collect all that stuff. So we have botania plants and Pam's gardens, and here come the feathers and various things that Isabet put in. We have starting bamboo and just basically stuff that you can't really get easily. These apiaries are Pam's harvest craft, and what happens is you put in a queen bee and she generates all these honeycombs and a grub. You can turn the queen bee into royal jelly, combine it with the grub for a new queen bee, and then start the process all over again. So once you get a queen bee, you can make an apiary from Pam's harvest craft, and you have unlimited honey and wax. This is a forestry bee house for making forestry stuff, and there's the bees there, and there's Pam's harvest craft and all that junk. Ooh, yeah, that's right, I can do that. So there's some other stuff here. Isabet made sure that you had like free stuff. You right click to harvest them, and these you have to punch to harvest, which is sad, but you can do it. Looks like this has been completely filled up. Oh yeah. Let's get rid of that and shift click, and it's all emerald upgrades. So that has, you chickens, you've completely and utterly killed that. I'll do this, and that way your feathers will at least get picked up. And I've just got a bunch of eggs. Over here we've got animals and stuff like that. So that's pretty much this part of spawn. Over here we have some more buildings. We've got another inn and cafe. And as we can see, it's BNSF7's cafe is being worked on, and different types of food were supposed to be put in here. I don't think it's been done. This, I think, is Idlitails. I can never pronounce that properly. I'm just going to say iTails. But this is some building and free materials and all that. It's a very nice build. I like how it looks like it's a ruin that's been converted into like a cafe and all that. This is Italias? That's my guess. I'm not all that good at names. Over here, this used to be an Enderman head shop, I believe, but all it has now is just creepy Enderman looking at you. And then we have a Botania place here. I'm not sure whose it is. It's Ari's. Arithar's. Okay, this is Arithar's Botania place, and there's armor and a whole bunch of stuff and different runes, all the different runes I believe in the game, and a nice chisel and bits representation of the store, it looks like. Maybe we come out here and you see that there's like mana and stuff going down through those sparks. Up in here there is a mana place, and we can actually get in there. We'll just, there we are. And we've got chiseled living rock with some illuminizers, and I'm seeing some awesome effects just going down through, and it could be that we have some mana that's just zipping up and zipping down. Over here is the last place in spawn. It is a draconic evolution and teleportation house, so you can go to everybody's place that has put stuff in here, like Kabowski and Biffa right here in the center, and then there's my place there, And we've got the Wither Farm and Eastbet and everybody who happened to get one. I think these were all made for everybody on the server, plus some like Enderman Farm and Ender Dragon. What's it? What's that? Ender Dragon World. Oh, there's an Ender Dragon World. That's right. So why don't we go ahead and sip to Biffa's. He's got some gifts over there from some of us. And here's all his canola and everything. I don't know where his mine is. And then here's his house. I am not on his team, so I can't go in and show you the stuff. And then here's the man himself. Hey, Biffa, I know you're not really here. But we've got an awesome statue of him. He hasn't played for a while. He took a break from Minecraft for a bit for personal reasons. I'm not at liberty to say exactly what those are. But he's gotten back into Minecraft. Go watch his stuff, especially Hermitcraft. Let's go ahead and get back home. There we go. And I was flying. That's what was going on. So that is it in a nutshell. There are some other places I could go. We could do a project or something. But to tell you the truth, the server is actually... Oh no. Bugged out. Hey, what a wonderful coincidence that this happens. And I don't have the bedbugs thing. So let's just do /kick me. And there we go. We are kicked. I kicked myself because of the bedbug. But when we log back in, it should be daytime. Get that tasty sip. And then we're going to go back out here. I had plans. They're over that way, I think. On the other side here, we can fly over there. It's not that far. I found a ocean monument. That's what it is. I keep wanting to say water temple, but it's an ocean monument. And the ocean monument was mined out by me because I wanted to see what would happen if I were to use a builder and put mine out the blocks with dirt. Now here's a cool thing, and I hadn't thought about this until recently. If I made it large enough, I could probably well, that was pretty close. Anyway, I could have made this up at sea level and then dug out the insides and turned it into the perfect mob guardian farm. Perfect guardian farm right in there. That would have worked really, really well. But instead, all I did was mine out the actual blocks and replace them all with dirt. And it replaces water with dirt as well. As you can see here, I was testing what would happen before I got there, and this is what happened right there. So I tried to hide it by digging down, but it just didn't work out. It didn't work out. And we come over here, there should be slimes. Nope, no slimes. So we've got some big slimes in there, but that was one of the projects that I was going to work on. Take this great big square and bring it all the way up and then create a guardian farm. It's much faster to do that in Minecraft and modded than it is in vanilla, I'll tell you what. And that's it. That's a tour, and it's in better quality than the last time I tried. That was a test. Over here you'll see that it is all grass, even though there is a meteor impact here. I went ahead and I mined out the meteor because I wanted the skystone, and then using the builder I mined out the entire island. And boy, does it look crappy. Because what happened is whenever it mines, whatever block is there, it replaces with dirt, even if it's grass. And this was filled with grass. Lots and lots of grass everywhere. Pretty much everywhere you see a block like this, that was grass. And it looks like there was an Enderman disco party going on here. And they just went wild and pulled the grass out of here and stacked it up over here. Every time that gets me. And I hope you saw it like I did when I came around. It just looked like a ghast was popping up out of the mist and getting ready to shoot me with a fireball. And that happens a lot when I'm working around Flan. I will be over here. I'll be doing something. Say I just finished building this here, and I'm like, ah, man, that's looking pretty sweet. And I fly up, and boop, there's a ghast, and I have a small heart attack. So, this, my friends, is Flan. The tour has been conducted a second time. I've shown you around Biffa's place and Spawn. I'm not going to show you any of the other Biffians bases because I don't know where they all are. I mean, I could go there and go through each one, but I don't think that is my place to go there. I did Biffa's only because he is the owner of the server and he's the YouTuber whom I support on Patreon. So I figured it was okay to show his place. Oh yeah, let's take a look at here. I've shown you the inside of here where we went upstairs. I've shown you in here, but I didn't show you like the pathway between the two. This was actually in the regular map. Between here and here, here and here, there was an office or a connected room. I actually turned it into a bridge that goes up over it, and I think it looks pretty friggin' spectacular. Even though I'm using almost all cobblestone for everything. that was a design challenge, to use cobblestone as much as possible and wood, because the story was they're trying to rebuild. There was a redwood forest here. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And they chopped down all the trees, but then had to go out and find oak, and they disassembled a lot of their ships. Yeah, that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. But mining, we have stone bricks, which are easy to make, and cobble, which is easy to make. Bricks, there's a lot of clay deposits in the area. This came after the nether portal, you know. I liked naming all these things, like this is the engineering guild. Yeah. But the Netherland Rangers. Who are the Netherland Rangers? What do they do? Do they go into the nether on excursions? Do they make raids? What happens? I don't know. And then I started coming up with names like Biscuit Biscuit and Slammin' Sammy's. And, of course, my all-time favorite store, Hobart's Mob Drop Dungeon. I just love it because it looks quite a bit like a dungeon that you'd find underground. And, well, I thought it would be pretty cool. Oh, and this is what I look like in modded. If I take this off, you can actually see my face. For some reason, let me see. Can I turn on my helmet? Yes, I can. In this version of Minecraft, I can turn my helmet on and off, but in newer versions, I cannot. It irritates me. Anyway, skin customization. Let's turn off that hat and put on my Cyclops solar panel helmet. So the solar panel actually helps keep things in my inventory powered up when I'm flying around. Plus, I've got wireless chargers and stuff like that here and there. This is it, people. This server is going to be restarted, which is why I'm not doing any more gigantic builds or farms or anything like that. It's going to be a month or two or so, but I'm going to save all that energy for when the new modded server hits, and at that time I'm going to enjoy myself then on the new server. Hopefully can connect with some friends who have been absent. My first night on the server, I was up here planting the trees, and Tim and Shadow came down and caught me on fire. Such wonderful memories. And I'm not going to let them live that down. It's actually kind of funny that they didn't intend to. It was I think Tim had a flint and steel in his hand and wasn't paying attention and right clicked on me, and boom, I caught on fire. It happens, I guess. It better be an accident. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the new higher quality tour of my base and the BiffaTech server and spawn and all that. And I hope you join me on future streams. I know I'm probably the only one here that has that's been watching the entire stream, but oh well, it happens. I'm going to start streaming other games as well, and I'll make announcements for those as time goes on. So have a good one. Enjoy your Saturday or your Sunday if you're that far ahead of us, and enjoy playing games. Enjoy playing Minecraft, modded even. This is Excalibur, and I'm